'cause you play his game, Donnie.
Hello there and welcome back to Gemma Movie Recap. Today I'm going to recap Creed, a 2015 action film. Warning, spoilers ahead. Please be cautious. Before we start, please support our channel by subscribing, and click the bell icon for future notifications. Now, let's start. The movie begins in 1998 at a juvenile detention center where Adonis Donnie Johnson, the main character, is involved in a fight. The altercation is stopped before any serious harm is done, and Donnie is returned to his cell. Later, Marianne Creed visits him. At first, Donnie is hesitant to talk to her because he assumes she's a social worker who wants to move him to another group home. However, Marianne reveals that she's actually the widow of his father, Apollo Creed, a famous boxer, and she invites him to come to live with her. Donnie asks for his father's name, and Marianne informs him that he was Apollo Creed and that she is now his stepmother.
What was his name?
The scene shifts to Mexico, where we witness Donnie participating in a boxing match. He effortlessly defeats his opponent and collects his prize money. Within 12 hours, he returns to Los Angeles, where he holds a desk job. While he's successful in his career, he's not content with it. Despite receiving a promotion that day, he hands in his resignation letter to his boss and decides to pursue professional boxing. Donnie explains to his boss that he wants to dedicate himself to boxing. Eventually, he visits the Delphi Boxing Club, where his late father trained. Donnie attempts to join the boxing academy, which is managed by family friend Tony Little Duke Evers Jr., the son of Apollo's trainer, Tony Duke Evers. Unfortunately, Donnie is turned down because his uncle, who is against him pursuing a career in boxing, disapproved. Donnie's father had died in the ring during one of his matches, and his uncle did not want him to suffer the same fate. A man in the gym emphasizes that nobody will coach Donnie at this gym. Despite this setback, Donnie remains resolute in his decision to become a boxer. He challenges all the fighters in the gym to a match, and the winner will receive the keys to his Mustang. One fighter accepts the challenge, but Donnie quickly defeats him. Donnie faces professional fighter Danny Stuntman Wheeler, who ultimately defeats him and wins the keys. Donnie visits Marianne after the fight, and she notices his bloodshot eye. She disapproves of Donnie fighting like his father, who went through a lot during his boxing career. Marianne forgives him for the incident, but warns him that if he continues to fight, she won't be a part of his life as she cannot bear going through the same thing again. Later, Donnie watches an old match between his father and Rocky Balboa and imitates his father's boxing style. Donnie decides to start fresh by moving to Philadelphia. However, he has trouble sleeping due to loud music coming from the apartment below him. When he confronts his neighbor, Bianca, she agrees to lower the volume but doesn't follow through. The following day, Donnie visits a restaurant owned by legendary boxers, and he meets Rocky Balboa for the first time. Donnie asks Rocky to train him, but Rocky declines, saying he's finished with that chapter of his life. Donnie inquires about a third match that Rocky and his father had behind closed doors and asks who won. Rocky reveals that Donnie's father was the victor. That night, Donnie finds it hard to sleep, as he had so much hope with Rocky. The next morning, Donnie goes to a boxing gym called Mighty Mix Boxing Gym, where he registers under the name Donnie and keeps his true identity hidden to avoid being treated differently as the son of a legend. He begins training at the gym and watches a news segment about Pretty Ricky Conlan, an undefeated boxing champion who is facing charges of gun possession and may be imprisoned for 7 years. Conlan was supposed to fight Wheeler but broke his jaw in a scuffle, leading Wheeler to sue him. Donnie continues to seek Rocky's advice on training and improving his skills. One day, Rocky visits the gym where he used to train and where Donnie currently trains. When Rocky walks into the gym, everyone is taken aback by his presence and greets him with open arms. The owner of the gym then arrives and introduces Rocky to his son, Leo Sperino. He is an Olympic champion and a professional boxer with 12 wins in his career. The gym owner asks Rocky to coach his son, but Rocky says he only came to the gym to see Donnie. Donnie begins calling Rocky Unc after Rocky decides to take him under his wing. Donnie stays at Rocky's house while they train early and develop a close bond. Donnie also decides to pursue a relationship with Bianca, after hearing her perform at a nightclub. He learns that she has progressive hearing loss and is preparing for the inevitable when the two go out for Philly cheesesteaks. The gym owner recognizes that Donnie has improved significantly since beginning training with Rocky, so he suggests that the boy begin his professional career by fighting his son, Leo. Rocky is initially hesitant, but when Donnie persists, he finally agrees. Rocky now ensures that Donnie trains with all of his heart. Rocky takes the boy to Front Street Gym after he has had many hard training sessions with him. He introduces the boy to his colleagues and friends. Donnie is training with a large number of boxers as his boxing match against Leo Sperino approaches.
Good. I want you to let it all out.
Before the match, Pete approaches Rocky, and says that he knows Donnie is Apollo Creed's son. Pete sees an opportunity to generate positive publicity and wants to reveal that Donnie is Apollo Creed's son, but Rocky disagrees and wants to keep it confidential. Donnie initially struggles against Leo in the first round of their match, but he manages to turn things around in the second round and ultimately defeats Leo.
Let's go, boy. Let's go tear the city up. Okay.
The news of his victory quickly spreads, along with the revelation that he is Apollo's illegitimate child, born from an affair during Apollo's marriage. Commentators begin to question the impact of this revelation on Apollo's legacy, and Donnie worries about how people will view him differently. Meanwhile, in Liverpool, Conlan's manager Tommy Holliday sees this as a potentially exciting development for a future fight. He flies to the US to meet with Rocky and Donnie. He proposes a fight to them, but Rocky initially refuses, thinking Donnie is not yet ready for such a challenge. However, Donnie insists that he can handle it and convinces Rocky to agree.
I'm fighting Pretty Ricky Conlan!
Rocky intensifies Donnie's training, but he suddenly vomits and collapses. Donnie takes Rocky to the hospital where he is diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The doctor recommends chemotherapy, but Rocky refuses to undergo the treatment because Adrian had a similar experience with chemotherapy that did not work out for her. Donnie eventually discovers Rocky's condition himself and is unhappy with Rocky's decision not to seek medical help. Rocky, on the other hand, wants to face his destiny. The two argue, and Rocky tells Donnie that he is not family and should focus only on his training. Donnie fears that his father's legacy will be tarnished and that he will be perceived as a fake Creed. Seeking comfort, he visits Bianca's club and meets Tone Trump, who offends Donnie by calling him Baby Creed. This results in a physical altercation, leading to Donnie's arrest.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Don't shoot away!
Rocky bails him out and, after a long conversation, they reconcile. Donnie and Rocky come to an agreement that Rocky will undergo chemotherapy and continue training Donnie for the upcoming fight. Donnie gains popularity and support from the youth in the area after intensive training. They travel to Liverpool for a press conference where Conlan shows up with his manager and insults Donnie, claiming that he is a fake Creed and an overnight success. Rocky stops Donnie from reacting and reminds him to keep his emotions in check as this is a tricky business. Later that night, Bianca surprises Donnie and they spend time together. On fight night, one of the most anticipated fights is finally here. Donnie is accompanied by Bianca, while Marianne watches from home and sends him his father's original American flag shorts as a gift. However, Donnie is booed by the fans, unlike Conlan who receives a warm reception with fans chanting his name. Donnie starts to feel nervous seeing his opponent's grand entrance. In the first round, Donnie struggles to keep up with Conlan's speed and skills, and ends up with a cut above his eye. Despite that, Donnie starts to recover in the next round and manages to injure Conlan's cheek, but people still doubt his worthiness as a fighter. During the breaks between rounds, Rocky and Holliday offer support and encouragement to their respective fighters. Donnie takes numerous hits and spits out a lot of blood. In the fight, Conlan lands a hard blow on Donnie's left eye, causing it to shut completely, but he can still see enough to continue. In the 7th round, Conlan delivers a powerful punch to Donnie's face, causing him to collapse on the ground. Conlan begins to celebrate his anticipated victory, believing that Donnie is knocked out, but Donnie remembers his father and quickly gets up before the referee reaches the count of 10. The medics check on him, and the fight resumes with the 12th round. Donnie fights back and hits Conlan multiple times, eventually knocking him down. But Conlan gets up before the referee completes the count. After the fight, Conlan remains undefeated but shows respect for Donnie's effort, which Donnie reciprocates. During an interview, Donnie refers to Rocky as his family, and when asked what he would say to his father if he were there, he expresses his love for Apollo and that he knows he didn't leave him on purpose. The fans begin to chant Creed.
Everyone knows they've seen something special Colossal, a fight they'll never forget.
Donnie, Rocky, and Bianca leave the arena and climb the famous steps in front of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Rocky struggles to keep up, but Donnie keeps pushing him, and they finally reach the top and enjoy the view together. The movie ends with a call to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a like to support it.